Hi, I'm John Anglis from johnanglis.com. I'm a 23-year veteran of the home improvement industry, both as a salesman and for the last 14 years as an owner of a successful home remodeling company in Connecticut. And I'd like to share a tip with you owners that's helped me become successful and increase my bottom line both as a salesperson and as a business owner over the last couple of years. Now it's 2014, and as I work with other companies, I'm surprised to find how many are using a pitch book that's the size of a telephone book to present to their customers. Now, when you walk into a homeowner's house and your sales force has one of these tucked under their arm, what are they thinking? How long is this going to take? Man, this guy's going to talk forever. And all they're thinking to themselves, the last guy that walked in with a pitch book that big stayed for 4 hours. You already have a wall being built. You're giving your salesperson an obstacle to overcome before they even walk in the door. When I was on the road, I used to have little jokes to sort, oh, don't worry, this isn't all for you. This is a catalog of everything that we have, to try to put them at ease. But I'm starting the presentation insecure. I'm conveying an insecure disposition, and that's going to affect the bottom line. That's going to affect sales. So when you go in with a pitch book that's the size of a telephone book and you've got loads of pictures, problem is you got loads of fuzzy pictures, camera angles, shadow lines. If you're showing your prospect how beautiful your trim and mitered corners and shadow lines, you can't get up close when you have a pitch book. You can't get up close to show the beautiful caulk lines of your bathroom. Instead of presenting that way, what if I told you that every one of you owners have in your filing cabinet top producing salespeople? Top producing salespeople that don't take a fraction of commission, that never forget what to say, and play on cue. Those people, those salespeople, are your existing clients. With a personalized iPad presentation, you can edit and embed your videos of your satisfied customers into the iPad so it plays with a touch. This eliminates, I want to talk to people who've had it done, I want to go see some work, when you can take them right there. Now, as an owner, as a prospect considering a home improvement company to spend thousands of dollars with, what's going to sway you? A pitch book like this, full of fuzzy pictures, or something like this?
Well, we just happened to mention that what we were amazed about is the amount of savings that we generated from our gas bill. And we took a look at the heating season between November and the end of March. The year before we had the windows, our heating bill was about $1,500, and this past heating season for the same period was only $993, which is about a 40% savings in our heating bill, which we think is. We didn't get all the windows done too, so that's why we're back talking to you.
Now, that's one of my clients from Glastonbury, Connecticut, and I cannot tell you how much money this couple has made me, and I haven't had to pay a stitch of commission. I drastically reduce. I want to see I want to talk to one of your customers. I want to go see one of your customers' jobs. And you can shoot videos like this of all kinds of different topics, embed them in the appropriate place, and you ask yourself, if you're going to spend money with a client, do you want to do it with someone who has something like that, or do you want to do it with somebody who has something like that? I think that answers itself. Now, when you go in with a pitch book, you look like everybody else. When you send your sales force out with that pitch book, you look like every other salesman that's out there. Again, if the person that came out last night had a pitch book like that and stayed for 3 hours, and then you come in, oh my goodness. And that sets us back dramatically. Then you end up with the same responses after your presentation. We need to think about it. We need to shop around. We got to check references. You're the first guy out, or you're the second guy, or my favorite one, you're the fourth guy out. I always get 5 estimates. If you want different responses from your clients, then you have to ask different questions. If you don't want to be treated like everybody else, you have to look differently than everybody else. And an iPad presentation can do that for you. Now, how about when you hire new salespeople? What does a new salesperson think when you're trying to recruit and grow your business? And you say, here you go, Jimmy, you got to memorize this presentation. Oh, and by the way, this is the accompanying training manual, and it's a straight commission position, so take your time. How intimidating is that? You ever wonder why sometimes you start training somebody on a Monday and perhaps Tuesday or Wednesday they don't come back to work? Because a lot of clients I work with are going through that. And one of the biggest things is it's intimidating from a prospect's point of view. It's intimidating from a new salesman's point of view. It's time to replace the dinosaur pitch book with the tool of today. Guys, a lot of your prospects are embracing technology. They're Googling you. They're YouTubing you. They're researching you online. When I do presentations, they've got their computer or iPad set up right at the kitchen table. So why don't we? If your prospect is a step ahead of you, how much confidence are they going to have in your ability? So it's time to give our sales force that same technology. With a personalized iPad presentation, your prospect is going to focus on what your sales force is saying, not how big the book is and how much time you're going to spend in the house. The more your prospect listens to what you have to say, the more they can be mesmerized by your quality, by your detail, by your craftsmanship. This will result in less resistance and increased sales. Now, when I'm training a salesperson or you're training a salesperson, what I love about an iPad presentation is if this is the slide that my prospect is seeing, then I want to make sure that my salespeople say the right thing at the right time. And that's why my training manual is embedded right inside. I simply squeeze it, hit the wrench, go to presenter notes, bang. That is what I want them to say. Right now, I'm talking to you. We can embed what is supposed to be said on each slide so not only will your sales team be able to easily memorize what to say at the appropriate time, but the iPad is so small that a newly trained salesman can take this off the table and find the slide, go to what they're supposed to say so they forget what they're saying, especially new people. Now, obviously, if you have a veteran that needs to do that, you got to make a decision. But when you've got a firecracker that's about to explode and he's learning all this new stuff, how neat is it to be able to have those notes right on your lap so that you can facilitate the growth process. You can get them closing sooner. Now, the other thing that I find impossible to get along without are my apps. When I can go to a homeowner's house with a product design center, the people that we do business with for our vendors, our suppliers, a lot of them have apps. Now, when I go to a homeowner's house and I can show them the difference between a bay and a bow because of an app. When I can put this color siding, this color trim, corner post, soffits, gutters. Now, guys, this is what I can make your home look like. What do you think of the colors? Do you like the way that looks? Your homeowner's going to say yes. Now, if none of your competition is doing that, and you're the one with up-to-date technology, and you're the one that can make them feel comfortable because everybody else is doing it with a little swatch or taking it outside at 7 o'clock at night under the yellow light to try to help them choose colors. My goodness, I would never sell without something like that. Your Zillow apps so that you can do a little bit of research on your prospect before you go out. Cost versus value reports. Calculators so that you don't have to worry about, oh my God, I left it at the other customer's house. My Angie's List profile, I can pull it up instantly to show them what my ratings are. A camera, a video, YouTube, so it's ridiculous the tools that we have at our advantage. A new one I've discovered is iBooks, where you can go on and get brochures and warranties of yourself and your competitors, store that PDF so at the touch of a finger, boom, you have everything you need. It's amazing how you can take a messy salesman's car and put 80% of what he has in his car loose leaf and put it in a nice compact iPad. Now, what are your options to get all the content from your company from this into this? Well, for starters, you could do it yourself. I've been there. Years ago, when I decided I wanted to go this route, I was able to get the videos to play, but I couldn't get sound. Others I can get sound, but I couldn't get the video to play. I couldn't get it to play on cue. I couldn't format it to the screen. I can't tell you how much time I've spent, whether it's the Apple store or the computer store or people I know. It is a headache. So you can certainly do that, but while you're doing that, you're not focused on the things that are going to make you money now. Second option you have is you can hire a techie. Now, a lot of clients I've worked with said that what stopped them from doing the iPad sooner was that they were going to have to pay $3,000 to $5,000 for a techie who's computer smart but doesn't know the industry. Which means they're going to have to sit over the techie's shoulder, put that there and put that there, and that takes up a lot of time and can actually increase the cost until you get it the way you want it. I found that that's not something that a lot of my clients have liked to do, so they've passed on that. Now, another alternative is you can pay a so-called industry expert in excess of $8,000, $9,000, $10,000 to produce one for you. The problem that I've had as an owner through the years with these so-called experts is that they talk about when I had a company in the 60s and when I had a company in the 70s. Not only do they not have a company right now, so they don't know what's relevant, but they haven't schlepped a window up 3 flights of stairs in 20, 30, 40 years. So these are people that are giving us advice on how to be creative today, how to be successful today, increase sales today, when they forgot what it was like to sit at the kitchen table at 7, 8 o'clock at night. So that's an option you certainly have. It's an expensive one, and the information you get sometimes dubious at best. Now, instead of those routes, the final option you have is you can call the Anglis Group. Get a free consultation on how you can improve your company's image by receiving a sleek, new, efficient, captivating, easy to learn, easy to follow iPad presentation in less than 30 days. As I mentioned earlier, I've been in the home remodeling business for 23 years. I have a successful home improvement business in Connecticut where this June 2014 we're going to celebrate 14 years in business. I've done on-site training for various clients on the East Coast, and I've produced iPad presentations very quickly, very efficiently, very affordably. Now obviously prices range between whether you want something that's generic or if you want to personalize it, things like that. So those things have a lot to do with what the price would end up being. For a free consultation on how you can improve your company's image, you can email me at john@johnanglis.com. You can email us at johnanglis.com, or you can give us a call at the number you see at the bottom of the screen. I hope you found this to be helpful, and I certainly hope to hear from you soon.